Hey guys, what is happening? Today is June 5th, 2024. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I've got a video today to talk about a few things happening here in the Charlotte real estate market. And guys, if you're a buyer watching this channel right now and you're thinking about doing something in the near future, I really need you to pay attention to what I'm talking about today, because there is going to be, in my opinion, a window of opportunity where you're going to see home prices stabilize as interest rates fall, and then prices are going to go back up again as rates continue to fall. So pay attention to what I'm talking about. If you've been following my channel at all for the last 2 years, you know that it has been a rough road for the last 2 years with rising interest rates. And in an analogy of baseball terms, you know that there's 9 innings in a baseball game. And over the last 2 years, I've drugging you through from the top of the first inning all the way through what I believe right now is about the bottom of the 8th inning, heading into the top of the 9th. And we are starting to see a lot of normalcy happening here in the Charlotte real estate market. And guys, I think we are setting ourselves up for a great summer and a great fall, especially if we can get that first rate cut from the Fed. So I want to dive into an article from Realtor.com and talk to you guys about some things that they're seeing on a national level. But as you guys know, I like to circle back and show you exactly what's happening here on a Charlotte level as well. So let's dive right in. This article here, it says the number of U.S. homes for sale is slowly returning to normal. An incredible trend, economists say. Goes on to say that home buyers willing to brave today's high mortgage rates might at least be delighted to find out that they have plenty of homes to consider. In the latest monthly housing report from Realtor.com, the overall number of homes for sale in May marks 7 months of growth. And according to Ralph McLaurin, who is a senior economist for Realtor.com, he says the biggest eye catcher for me is the fact that inventory is rising sharply. There are 35.2% more homes on the market than this time last year, which is an incredible trend in the direction of normalcy. And I would agree. In fact, I just did a video a couple weeks ago, and go and find it on the channel, talking about this same exact topic when it relates to Charlotte and the inventory rises that we are seeing here. And I actually go into the MLS and give you live data about a couple areas of Charlotte. But that's exactly what I was talking about in that video. But let's go over here and see what's going on here in Charlotte. The article just said there's a 35.2% increase in inventory of homes on a national level. But in Charlotte, in the month of April, we just got this data out from Canopy MLS a couple days ago. And in the month of April, there was a 24.5% increase in inventory of homes for sale. That put us at a total of 6,424. Now, if we go back just 11 months to May of 2023, at that point in time, there was 5,129 homes for sale. Now we're up to 6,400. So we've got a 1,300 increase in inventory of homes for sale. Guys, that is a big number, in my opinion, a substantial number in the last 11 months. And that is a good place to be right now, because as we head into the summer months and seeing what's coming down the road with potential rate decreases, there's a lot of things that are going to happen when those rates fall. But I want to get back over to the article here now and talk about median list prices. Okay, so Realtor.com is saying that home prices rose seasonally. As is typical in the housing market's warmer months, the national median list price continued to increase seasonally by 0.3% to $442,500 in May, compared with $430,000 in April, and last year's median list price was $441,000. It says the inventory of lower priced houses is rising faster than other segments. There are 46.6% more homes on the market in the $200,000 to $350,000 price range, something inventory and price constrained buyers will surely welcome. And I cannot disagree with that at all. That is the price range for first-time home buyers, and to see an increase in that bracket, that is very welcoming news. But I want to go show you kind of what's going on in Charlotte when it comes to average list prices. Now, one thing I will tell you is I don't have data for a median list price. We have data for median sales prices, which I'll show you at the end of this video. But I do want to show you the average list price in Charlotte. Now, here's the thing. The average list price in Charlotte came in at a whopping 8% increase in the month of April. And that puts the median list price, guys, in Charlotte at $557,244. Now, just to give you some context around that, in March, just 1 month ago, the median or the average list price was $522,752. So that is an increase of about $35,000 just from last month, okay? That is crazy. And if we even go back to June of 2023, the average list price was $491,048. Now, I don't like to take a look at the average list price per se. I think that number can get very skewed, but I at least wanted to show you what the numbers look like for Charlotte as we progress through this. And I don't see them staying that high for a couple of different reasons, which we'll talk about here later on. But I want to go back over to the Realtor.com article right now, and I want to talk to you guys about another stat about days on the market. So the article says homes continue to sell quickly. It says the typical home spent 44 days on the market this May, which is 1 extra day compared with last year. It says a greater supply of homes on the listing pages might be the reason it took homes longer to sell. Now, this one here I can kind of disagree with a little bit, because when I show you what's going on here in Charlotte, we're going to be a little bit lower than that, but not off by much. But we're going to see a trend here, what's happened in Charlotte over the last couple months, where it's actually taking less. So let me just jump right in and show you. So in the month of May, we sat at 42 days on the market. That was actually a decrease of 4.5%. So here we are right here in April at 42 days on the market. We've sat at, in February, we were at 49 days on the market. So days on the market is coming down. But if we go back to like July of last year, or even June, we were at 32 and 31 days on the market. So it is taking a little bit longer for houses to sell from about a year ago. But some of that is due to, I think, rising inventory. And there's more choices, of course, with rising mortgage rates. But interestingly enough, showing you the data that shows the decrease in days on market shows you that there is still a lot of buyer demand out here in Charlotte that's causing these homes to still sell relatively quickly. Now, one thing I want to shift gears with now and talk to you guys about is mortgage rates, because this right here is what I was talking about, the bottom of the 8th and the top of the 9th. This right here is the biggest shift I think we're seeing right now. So let's jump over here and see what's going on here with interest rates. So as we're all aware, guys, it says how high mortgage rates have hit housing. Okay, it's been no surprise if you've been following the channel or paying any attention to the news. Rates are high, home prices are high. It says, although listing levels are rising overall, high mortgage rates have kept some sellers on the sidelines. And if mortgage rates drop later on as anticipated, more sellers are bound to jump back into the market. So we're going to talk about interest rates specifically from Mortgage News Daily, but here is the key thing. Interest rates are coming down, and I'm going to show you some data here in a second to show you just how much they've come down in just the last 3 weeks. But this article right here said an interesting thing. See, interest rates are great for buyers getting into the market, because now with a lower interest rate and hopefully home prices stabilizing here a little bit, which I'll touch on, more buyers are able to get in and hopefully afford something, because they've been waiting forever for this to happen. But it also is a good thing for sellers, because these sellers that have been holding on for their 3% interest rate that they currently have on their house, if rates come down to 6.25%, 6.5%, right? They have been sitting on this whole chunk of equity for so long, they're more willing to sell their house, even though they got to take a higher interest rate than what they have now. But because they have so much equity, putting that big chunk of equity down on a new house doesn't really faze them as much. So lower rates are going to cause more houses to come on the market, which is why I'm saying that I think there's going to be a period of time when rates fall that we're going to see a flood of inventory hit the market. There's going to be buyers that jump into the market, but as time goes on, more buyers are going to flood the market, and I think that we're going to see prices go up. And when that happens, but I think there's going to be a window of time where we're going to see this rush of inventory causing prices to actually level off until the full phase of buyers flood the market. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's going to be this window of opportunity, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months. But after that, if rates continue to fall, and God forbid they get into the high 5% range, we are going to be back in a frenzy. So that's what I'm saying. It's important to pay attention. If you are in a position of thinking of doing something relatively soon, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Pay attention to my market updates, because I just want to put you in the best position possible for your situation so you can strike when the time is right for you. But let's go over here and talk about interest rates real quick and show you what's going on. So as of today, on our 30-year fixed mortgages, we are sitting here. I've got some technical issues here. Just bear with me for a second. We are sitting at 7.0% on this 30-year fixed interest rate. Now, just about a week ago, we were up to 7.34%. We did come down on May 15th and hit 6.99. But what's interesting about what's happening right now is earlier this week, we got some job numbers that came out that were favorable, and that is causing mortgage rates to come down, okay? In addition to that, the European Central Bank announced today that they are going to be cutting their interest rate this week. Canada just cut their interest rate this week. And I think that we are potentially going to be able to see the Fed maybe shift with the data that has come out over the last week, week and a half, to maybe see that first rate cut by the end of the year. Now, I did a video a while ago, and I said, hey, I don't think we're going to see a rate cut until maybe 2025. But is it anything in real estate, guys? It can change so fast, especially when the economic news is hitting. We're seeing improving numbers on all of these things. It could push the Fed to cut rates sooner than later. So that is all good stuff. So again, make sure you pay attention here to the channel. But a couple other stats I want to share with you. Talk about the median sales price. I talked to you about the average list price, but let's talk about the median sales price here in Charlotte. So the median sales price in April here in Charlotte rose 4%, and we sit at a median sales price of $390,000. So in the month of March, just last month, guys, we were at $385,000, okay? That takes us back to, if we go back to August of 2023, we were also at $385,000. We did see through here that the median sales price actually decreased, and that's an arrow if you can't tell. But we are back up to $390,000, and part of that, guys, goes through, we've got lagging data. This is April data that I'm showing you. These numbers are going to change, of course, when we get the May data out. But during those months, we did have limited inventory still, right? And so that was causing prices to go up with not as much inventory that has hit the market in the last month, but still high buyer demand out there, right? Causing these prices to rise. Again, I do see a little bit of a plateau coming. So again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can follow along as I bring you all of the updates coming here on the channel. So guys, a lot of you guys are looking for new construction in your home search. And if you are, I encourage you to go over and look at our sister channel here at Brand New Charlotte Homes right here on YouTube. brandnewcharlottehomes.com. You'll have a link right down in the description. But we have put together over 200 videos now of all the neighborhoods, floor plans, everything pertaining to new construction is dedicated to that channel. So go check that out and let us know what questions you've got on the new construction scene. And guys, if you need my help in your home search, please reach out to me. Scan that QR code, get right on my calendar, schedule a Zoom meeting with me. That is really the best way for us to connect, because I can share my screen, get you into the MLS, show you properties, show you maps, just everything that you're going to need to know to help you make that smooth move to Charlotte if you're coming here from out of state. Or, of course, if you live here, definitely do the same thing, or just give me a call if that is easier for you. So, guys, again, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like if you're getting any value out of this. I love bringing you guys these market updates. I've got a lot more cool stuff coming for you down the road. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.